Preliminary. The objectives of the preliminary phase are to determine the architecture capability desired by the organisation and to establish that architecture capability. The preliminary phase prepares us for successful enterprise transformation. Skipping this phase is a failure pattern. The preliminary phase describes the preparation and initiation activities required to create an architecture capability, including the customization of the togaf framework and definition of architecture principles. We scope the organizations impacted to change our enterprise, including our partners, customers, and suppliers. We confirm our governance and support frameworks, taking into account what already exists within our enterprise, and ensuring that an architecture review board is established to govern recommendations from the architecture team. For example, we may apply COBIT and ITIL to embed the enterprise architecture control points within the broader business processes. For large organizations that span multiple regions or departments, we may also set up subordinate architecture review boards to spread the load. The architecture capability framework guides us to successfully operate an architecture function by putting in place appropriate organization structures, processes, roles, responsibilities, and skills. We define and establish the enterprise architecture team and organization. The architecture capability maturity assessment is used to benchmark how reliable we are for doing the work of enterprise architecture, highlighting opportunities for training and improvement, as well as areas of risk that we and those working with us ought to be aware of. It is smart to also perform a capability maturity assessment on any partner that we choose to have deliver architecture services to us. Being aware will enable us to plan actions to mitigate risk and reduce the chance of project failure. The architecture skills framework will help us recruit the right people to do the right role within our team. It may also guide you regarding career development, highlighting key skills to develop and training required. This may save costly mistakes made by having to redo work and replace unsuitable staff. It is recommended that team members are assigned to petitions within the enterprise architecture, allowing deeper stakeholder relationships to be formed and specialist knowledge to be developed. When new requests for architecture work come in, it is then easy to know who ought to be assigned to that architecture project. We identify and establish architecture principles as general rules for guiding decision-making and governance. togaf is designed to be tailored. In the preliminary phase, we tailor togaf to work with other frameworks, methodologies, and existing enterprise processes. For example, a logistics company may tailor the meta model by renaming the driver entity as Catalyst, or may adopt artifacts from another taxonomy, such as Zachman or Dodaf. We also integrate togaf with methodologies for business planning, project management, and operations to eliminate duplicate activity and create clear expectations of responsibility. It is likely that detailed road mapping, for example, will be handled by our project management framework, such as Prince2 or PMI. It is further expected that you will tailor the framework to specific architecture projects to ensure that artifacts and deliverables meet project and stakeholder needs. In the preliminary phase, we also implement architecture tools to manage content and collaboration activities. togaf does not prescribe a specific tool, rather it includes guidelines for selecting a tool appropriate to your enterprise that is fit for purpose. It is recommended that architecture tools would be easy to set up and use, produce outputs that business users understand, be affordable, scalable, and ideally certified by the Open Group. The ability to import and export content using the Archimate file exchange format is very useful.